Good morning. I'm Dwight Keene. I'm chair of the Kansas Corporation Commission. I'm joined this morning by my fellow commissioners, Susan Duffy and Commissioner Andrew French. At this time, I will call to order this meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission on this Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Commissioner, the first items before us for our consideration this morning are 20 items on the consent agenda. We've all had the opportunity to review the drafts of the proposed orders in each of these items. So I would turn to each of you and ask if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'll begin with Commissioner Duffy.
Good morning, everyone. I have no questions.
Thank you. Commissioner French.
No questions. I move approval of the consent agenda.
I second the motion.
Then moved and seconded, we approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. The consent agenda is approved. We have two noticed items to consider this morning. The first of which is docket number 21-EKME-329-GIE. This is in the matter of the investigation into Evergy, Kansas Metro and Evergy, Kansas Central regarding the February 2021 winter weather events as contemplated by docket number 21-GIMX-303-MIS. Before us this morning is a NUNC pro tunc order, and our presenter is Assistant General Counsel David Cohen. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Commissioners. Before you is an order which corrects two clerical errors in the Commission's June 23rd, 2022 order approving non-unanimous stipulation and agreement. The first error incorrectly identified the amount of money Evergy was originally proposing to return to ratepayers. The second error incorrectly stated CURB's position. It should be noted that both of these errors were in the procedural history section of the order and did not affect the outcome and the Commission's decision. Nor does this order affect the Commission's approval of the non-unanimous settlement agreement. This order is being issued in order to have the record be as accurate as possible. I'm available for any questions.
All right, thank you, David, for that overview. Let's see if we have any questions. I'll turn first this time to Commissioner French.
Just one clarifying question, Mr. Cohen. I think you said the first error being corrected was the amount being returned to the Evergy Metro ratepayers. And just for clarity, we are not correcting that amount. We are just correcting a misstatement of that amount in the background, but it's the effect of the order is not changing. The amount that the order originally said would be returned to customers is still the amount, correct?
That's correct. It was just we misstated what Evergy's original position was. But since this is a stipulation and agreement, or the ending doesn't affect where we ended up.
Yeah. The order, and just one final, I guess, to put the nail in the coffin. This is just two clerical errors. Nothing about this order is changing any of our findings, conclusions, or the effect of the original order, correct?
That's correct. This is
okay.
Just when we were giving the procedural history of how we got to where we were.
Okay, very good. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner French, for fleshing out that clarification as well. Commissioner Duffy, please.
Thank you, Commissioner French, for sharing that. I subscribe to the questions and comments received, and that is how I am viewing this particular order as well. And with that, I move approval of the order as described.
I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded. We approve the order in this docket, this morning's order. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. The order is approved. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Next notice item up is docket number 22-CONS-3478-CMSC. This is in the matter of a compliance agreement between American Star Energy Services LLC as operator and commission staff regarding bringing 36 wells into compliance with KAR 82-3-111. Before us this morning is an order approving the compliance agreement, and our presenter is litigation counsel Kelsey Marsh. Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning, and thank you, commissioners. Before you is an order approving the compliance agreement between commission staff and American Star Energy Services LLC regarding 36 wells that are out of compliance with KAR 82-3-111. American Star is in line to take over the wells that are remaining on another operator's license, Prairie Gas, and that is part of the reason for the order today. The terms of this agreement state that the operator shall bring 3 of the inactive wells into compliance with commission rules and regulations by September 30th, 2022. Further, the operator shall bring an additional 3 wells into compliance with commission rules and regulations each 3 calendar months thereafter, resulting in all 36 wells being returned to compliance by June 30th, 2025. With that, I would recommend approval of the order, and I am available for any questions.
Thank you, Kelsey. We appreciate the overview. Let's see if there are any questions. I'll turn first to Commissioner Duffy.
Thank you. And just a comment, and I believe this is clarified in the order, Kelsey, but this particular operator receiving the transfer, they have no other agreements with the commission, and they are in good standing with the commission's rules and regulations, correct?
Oh, yes, Commissioner Duffy, that is correct. These will be the first wells to be on their license, so they'll be hopefully starting off in good standing, and we'll be able to go from there.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Duffy. Commissioner French.
I have no questions. I move approval of the order.
I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded. We approve the order in this docket. Is there any further discussion? I'll add a couple of thoughts of my own. I think that without any question, this is an environmentally responsible order and course of action. I want to commend in that regard, not only the operator for coming forth and willingly agreeing to enter into this compliance agreement, but the fine efforts too of our District 1 staff and our senior geologist out there and our supervisor, Kenny Sullivan. So kudos to all the parties involved in this matter. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I would call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. The order is approved. Thank you very much, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Final matter for our consideration this morning is a discussion item involving the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, more specifically their docket number ER 22-1205. Our presenter this morning is litigation counsel Carly Massenthin. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning, commissioners. So this docket is another Evergy filing that stems from the March 22nd, 2022 formal challenge and complaint submitted by Kansas Electric Power Cooperative, Inc., otherwise known as KEPCO, in FERC docket number ER 22-1205 regarding Evergy Kansas Central's implementation of its transmission formula rate. And the principal issue in that challenge was that KEPCO alleged Evergy Kansas Central was incorrectly implementing its formula rate by double counting unappropriated, undistributed subsidiary earnings as reported in FERC account 216.1 in the formula's equity capitalization component. And this allegedly has led to an inflation of Evergy's common stock. This commission approved our DC council to file dockless intervention and comments in that docket on April 19th, 2022. On June 16th, 2022, the commission granted our DC council authorization to file dockless intervention in docket numbers ER 22-1974, ER 22-1975, and ER 22-1976, which were dockets initiated by Evergy that propose forward-looking revisions to its transmission formula rate for Evergy Kansas Central Transmission, Evergy Kansas Central Generating, and Evergy Generating. The filings proposed identical revisions to the transmission and generation formula rates, And those revisions also appeared to follow the comments that the KCC filed in docket number ER 22-1205. In particular, Evergy has proposed to, one, replace the reference to account 216.1 and its formula rates with a reference to non-regulated subsidiary retained earnings balances. And two, include a new note to explain that the non-regulated subsidiary retained earnings balances are determined by subtracting Evergy Kansas Central and Evergy Generating's retained earnings from the account 216.1 balance. Now, in this docket, Evergy has submitted another filing related to docket number ER 22-1205 to make the same changes, but in Evergy Kansas South's open access transmission tariff. Motions to intervene as well as comments are due tomorrow, July 1st, 2022. And consistent with its actions regarding the previous docket numbers, ER 22-1974 through ER 22-1976, Commission staff believes it would be a benefit to Kansas to intervene in each of these dockets. Filing a docketless motion to intervene ensures this commission remains informed of those dockets developments and further preserves this commission's ability to protect the interest of Kansas ratepayers. I recommend the commission authorize our DC council to file a docketless motion to intervene in the current docket for docket number ER 22-2083. Thank you.
Thank you, Carly. Appreciate that overview indeed. At this time, I would move the commission authorize our DC council to file a docketless motion to intervene in FERC docket number ER 22-2083.
Second.
Is there a second?
I second.
Been moved and seconded that we, all right, thank you. Moved and seconded that we approve the motion in this particular discussion item. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I would call the question. All those, please, Commissioner Duffy.
Yes, thank you. We are talking ER 22-2083, right? That's what we're doing today. Even though it's referenced 1205 in the discussion, we're going back to the original docket.
Yes, Commissioner. These dockets are all offshoots and results of the actions that are taking place in ER 22-1205.
Yes, very good. I just wanted to clarify that because I had to wrap my brain around that just a little bit. So
there's certainly been a lot of action.
Yes, there has. Yeah. So thank you, Carly. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. That was a good point of clarification as well. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I would call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. A motion is approved. Thank you very much, Carly. Appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Commissioners, by my reckoning, we have reached, in fact, the end of the matters that were proposed for our agenda this morning. Unless you have any further matters you would care to discuss, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Duffy, please.
First of all, I would like to wish our folks in fiscal on the eve of the new fiscal year, a happy new fiscal year. I know they're very busy. There's a lot of work to close out a fiscal year and to start a fiscal year. It is a trying time, and everything has got to fall together just right in a very short amount of time. So good luck to you. And second, I would like to wish everybody a happy 4th and a very safe 4th of July. And I hope that folks are taking advantage of the Monday off and enjoying that time with family and friends.
All right, thank you very much. Any further discussion? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. We are adjourned. I join Commissioner Duffy in wishing everybody a happy 4th.
Take care. Stay cool and stay dry. See you all later.
Take care.